Hey everybody, this is David here, or also known as Act Like a Grandmaster, or also known as Chessman, here today to continue the coverage of the U.S. Chess Championship 2025. So today we had round 8, and we're going to go over the games. In the first game, we had Grigory Oparin with the white pieces versus Abhimanyu with the black pieces. Grigory got a 98.7% accuracy, while Abhimanyu got a 98.9% accuracy. And I don't see any mistakes, so it looks like a pretty smooth game. Let's see what happened. Got to start with an English opening. Game's pretty even. And we get a draw. So nothing too much happened in that game. And it was a draw. So let's take a look at the next game. Next game, we got Fabiano Caruana with the white pieces versus Ray Robson with the black pieces, and they both got a 97.2 accuracy. I see one blunder in the game, but otherwise than that, pretty clean. Starts with an English opening again. Turns into a Queen's Gambit decline exchange variation. Queens come off. And we get a missed opportunity. Let's see if it was a big one. Let's see what black should have played. Doesn't seem like it was a big mistake. It says knight to e4 would have been the best. Would have been the best move. Well, no. Now it says king to b7. So nothing too major. It's still pretty even. So I don't really think that was a miss. Okay, now it's saying that this does give white a slight advantage, almost a point. But I don't think it'll be enough to convert to a win. and ended in a draw. This puts Caruana 5.5 out of 8 and Ray Robson 3.5 out of 8. The next game we have Sam Sevian with the white pieces versus Darius Swerts with the black pieces. Sam got 97.2 accuracy while Darius got a 97.6 accuracy. I see one mistake, nothing too major, so looks like a pretty smooth game. Let's see what happened. Looks like we got a King's Indian defense. Now it turns into a Grunfeld. Looks like h4 was a mistake. Let's see if it was a big one. Well, let's see what white should have played. Looks like bishop takes d5 would have been the best move. Would have given white almost a point advantage. But after h4, black has a slight advantage. And we get a5, h5, b4, rook e1, rook queens come off. And this ended in a draw. But Sam Sevian is 4 out of 8. Alright, let me refresh because the fourth game doesn't seem to be coming up. There we go. So in the fourth game, we got Andy Woodward with the white pieces versus Hans Niemann with the black pieces. Andy Woodward got a 94.9 accuracy, while Hans got an 87.3 accuracy. And I do see some mistakes in this game. And let's see what happened. It's turned into a Queen's Gambit declined. Queen b2 was a mistake. Let's see what white should have played. Looks like rook a2 would have been the best move. Would have given white over a point advantage. But we got queen b2. And this just gives white a slight edge. Black makes a mistake with c3, which gives white a slight edge, but nothing major. Queen d1 was a mistake. And this gives white a semi-significant advantage, almost a point. Oh, but now it drops to a draw. So after the computer had time to think, it decided it wasn't a mistake. So we'll continue. And there's a inaccuracy with bishop f5, and this gives white gives white actually a whole point advantage. So a major advantage. Then queen d5 is also a mistake, and this gives white almost a 2-point advantage, especially if white plays f4, and he does. And white now has a over 3-point advantage, so a major advantage. So white should win this. And with white having a queen, the king will capture it, but this pawn will promote, and it's a win for white. So now Andy Woodward is 4 points out of 8, and so is Hans Niemann. And let's take a look at the next game. This game we got Levon Aronian with the white pieces versus Sam Shankland. And Levon got a 93.2 accuracy, while Sam got an 85.8 accuracy. I do see some blunders or missed opportunities, but let's see what happened. Finally get an e4, and it's a Sicilian. And it's an open Sicilian. It's the Nadrov variation. Knight f6 appears to be a mistake, and this gives white almost a point advantage if he plays 8 takes b5, and he does. But immediately has an inaccuracy with b takes a6. This brings the advantage down to just a slight edge. And this is if black plays knight takes c3. But he misses it, instead plays g4, and this gives white almost a point advantage. There's another missed opportunity, and let's see what black should have played. Looks like queen takes queen. Would have been the best move. Would have kept white with only a point advantage, but instead plays queen h7. And this gives the advantage to white to almost 2 points. But bishop d3 is a missed opportunity, and this gives away the advantage. Let's see what white should have played. Looks like queen e1 would have been the best move. That would have kept the 2-point advantage. But instead we get bishop d3, gives away the advantage if black plays queen to h4. But instead plays g3, so white still has a 2-point advantage over 2 points. And with that, white wins. And Levon is now 5 out of 8, while Sam Shanklin is only 3.5 out of 8. And let's take a look at the last game. Here we got Wander Liang with the white pieces versus Wesley So with the black pieces. Wander got a 98.8 accuracy, while Wesley got a 99 accuracy. I don't see any mistakes in the game. Let's see what happens. Got an e4, e5. An Italian game again. And that ends in a draw. So Wesley So is now 5.5 out of 8, which I think he's at least tied for first. But let's take a look at the standings. Looks like Fabiano Caruana and Wesley So are both tied for first with 5.5 points. Levon Aronian is crept up into third place with 5 points. And Sam Sevian, Hans Niemann, and Andy Woodwork are tied for fourth place with 4 points. If you haven't already, I'm also covering the Women's World Championship, the Women's Chess Championship. Not the World's, but the U.S. Women's Chess Championship. You can watch that. And I have a bunch of other videos you can watch. Tomorrow is going to be round 9, so actually, I don't know if tomorrow's a rest day. Let's look at the schedule. Yeah, it looks like tomorrow's is a day off, so October 22nd is round 9. So after that's done, I'll be covering those games. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Tournament's been pretty good so far, and hope we keep at it. So I hope you have a great one, and have a good night.